Hi guys, today we're planting more pumpkins. This should be all the pumpkins that we're planting for the year, I'm pretty sure. Our corn's looking really good still. We've had a couple deer, I think, get through some of it. And then all the pumpkins over there are looking good, but we need to spray them for weeds and bugs, and we're going to do that whenever it comes in.
This weekend.
Probably this weekend. So we're going to plant some big carving pumpkins, and we're also going to plant some little bitty pumpkins. And then we're going to go back through, because I don't know if you remember, we talked about it the other day though. At the beginning of each row and the end of each row, we're planting like a sacrificial crop just to see if that helps with the bugs. And also because we can eat them too, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. They're edible.
And they're blue Hubbard squash, so I'll put a picture somewhere up here what that looks like. But we just planted the little ones, which we'll show you obviously. And we're going to plant our last ones. But we'll show you all of what we planted today. Okay, we're going to start with Denali, and they're these pink treated seeds, and they're big carving pumpkins. I could put a photo on the screen. And then I don't think we showed you guys what this guy, how this guy works last time. So we push it, and this separates the dirt, and then the seed drops down this pipe. And this chain pulls the dirt over it, or that's how it's supposed to work, but the seeds are sometimes too big for the pipe, so I have to drop them on the ground. So we're going to do this first row, and then maybe we'll show you some more on how it works. Okay, so up here's where we planted the last pumpkins, and then we ordered some, what are they called, Blue Hubbard? Yeah. Blue Hubbard squash, and we're putting a few at the end of each row and the beginning of each row. I guess it's like a deterrent crop for the bugs. We'll see if it works. We're also going to spray for the bugs and the weeds, but we haven't done that yet. Okay, we got the Blue Hubbards mostly planted down here. We're going to continue them that way, but not yet. So we're going to go back up with another row of Denali. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready, Dad?
Yep.
So this is what I meant when I said that when the seed doesn't fit down that pipe, you have to kind of just drop them in. And then sometimes the chain doesn't cover them quite all the way, so Luke will just kick the dirt over them if you watch carefully.
Watching if I'm going straight or not. I'm watching the seeds.
It looks good. Looks great.
Oh, that hung in the wheel.
Okay, chill.
It fell out just as I was saying something.
What else we got, Mom?
I don't know. I can't remember when I get up there.
These are the big pumpkins, big carving pumpkins. Okay, our third row is going to be mac and cheese. I'm going to put a picture up. Mac and cheese. Milestone. These are all by Outstanding, by the way. And bunch of warts. We only got like a couple of these. First, we're going to put a couple Blue Hubbard like we did at the beginning of every row, and then we'll put some at the end of every row as well. Okay, first we're gonna do these sugar pie pumpkins. These ones are really sweet. Got these at Walmart. Then we're gonna do itty bitty, which I think is like just a tiny pumpkin like this big. They might be black, I'm not quite sure. Put a picture up here though. These are from Outstanding. And then we're gonna do your normal tiny pumpkins. We also got these at Walmart. Dad's driving stakes to mark the ones that we are the rows we're planting.
Damn, who's driving this tractor? It looks like he was drunker than shit.
They're planting some Blue Hubbards, and then we're gonna plant this last type. It's called Phantomita. I'll put a picture up here for you. And we got these from knee seed. I don't know what that means, but these are going to be tiny pumpkins too. Okay guys, we've officially got all the pumpkins planted for 2026, and that's actually really good. And me and Luke actually planted a lot of them, which is good because I don't think last year we planted like more than 2 rows. Me and him, Dad and Mom, and Jansen I think did most of it. Well, I don't know if Jansen did, but I think so. Let's go look at the corn. Here's what the corn's looking like.
It was yanked out of the ground, so that might have been a horse.
The horses and the deer got some of it, but it doesn't look too bad. See right here. All the tops are... I think they'll be okay, hopefully. And we did sweet corn this year only, so hopefully there's not a lot of cross-pollination with the neighbor's corn or anything. Okay, before I do the outro, I'm gonna read our list of all the pumpkins. Dad's being weird right now. Of all the pumpkins that we planted this year. So, and hopefully they all grow. They're looking pretty good right now, honestly. Alright, so in our first row we did, and I'm gonna put pictures up of all the pumpkins. So, we did Dill's Atlantic and Cinderella's Ride and Big Macs in the first row, and those are like big pumpkins. Well, they could potentially get big. We'll see if they get big for us or not. Row number 2, we did Prize Winners, which I'm pretty sure is like a carving pumpkin, if I'm not mistaken. We also did Prize Winners in row 3. These are seeds that we saved ourselves from the pumpkins we bought last year, so we'll see how they do, but looks like they're doing pretty good for the most part. All of them grew. Row number 4, which is my favorite. These are fireballs. I didn't grow any the last couple of years, but we grew, I think, like most of a row, and then we did autumn buckskin at the very end. The fireballs are like a red, yellow, green pumpkin. Put a picture right here. And then the autumn buckskin are like a brown color, and I think they're kind of more of a tall stacker pumpkin. So they're fat, about maybe that tall. I'm pretty sure. And then row 5, we did Porcelain Doll. This is like a pinkish pumpkin, also like a fat stacker. Maybe like this big around, like that tall. Number 6, we did Jardales. They're also the same shape and size, but they're blue, which hopefully they came up. Well, you can't ever get them to come up, so we'll have to look and see if they came up. Row number 7, Polar Bear. It's a big old white pumpkin. Row 8, White Delight and White Lightning. I think they're like a mid-size white. Yeah, like that big. Row number 9, Snowdrop and Field Trip. They're like probably about that big. White for Snowdrop and red or orange for Field Trip. Cinderella is what we did in row 10. Cinderella is like your classic pumpkin that you decorate with orange. Calico Belle, which is an orange and a green pumpkin. And Black Futsu, I don't know, however you say that.
No, they're kind of like a black acorn squash.
It's black, yeah. Kind of like a acorn squash shape. Kind of like that tall, maybe. Black. Row 11, Warty Goblin and Green Eggs and Ham. Warty Goblins are probably like basketball size, maybe. And they're orange and green Warty. Green Eggs and Ham, they're like a fat, tall stacker also. Green and red. Row 12, Denali, orange carving pumpkin. Row 13, Denali, also orange carving pumpkin. And then what we planted today were the Denalis. And then third row we planted today was Mac and Cheese. I'll put a picture of it right here. Milestone and Bunch of Warts. Bunch of Warts are kind of like Warty Goblins, but I think they're a little smaller. Row 15, Mini Harvest Blend. I think I showed you guys these pictures or pictures of these already, but I'll show you again. Mini Harvest Blend, Itty Bitty, Early Sugar. Those ones had pictures on the packages. And then last row we did Phantomita, and in front of all these and at the end of all these rows we did the Blue Hubbard Squash. So that is our pumpkins for the year. We'll see how they do. We're going to spray for bugs and weeds, and then we also have the corn. So thank you guys for watching. like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, guys.